they start to match them. That is before they even recorded that video. Imagine if they didn't record that video now. Just imagine say they no record that video. Now so this guy go there for one place. Now he dey hospital. I ask for the bill, like they see over 700 and something. Saying kneel, in bone break, in hand break, in face swell. You understand? See the kind of condition you put somebody because you feel like, okay, yes, nobody will do anything. You have boys. If you watch the video yesterday, you see how helpless the guy is. Unless if there's no law in this country, now you go scot-free. Unless if there is no law, I go join and I go put my money to pay for that guy hospital bill. But unless if there is no law, I don't tell the guy, man, be careful when they put himself. Like that hospital said, maybe they no even reveal him. Man, just did there before they go send people go buy the boy. Yes, now from the way he was punching that boy yesterday for the boy head, so the guy if he can't buy, and if he buy, they go cover the thing up. They'll cover him up. Do you understand? Unless if there's no law, let me go write that petition on his behalf. Because right now the boy tell me say the fear. Say no even if he come outside, maybe they no go injure him, or maybe they no come buy him. I'll write the petition on his behalf and I will send it to the police, to the CID in Lagos. Let them look into that case. You're a celebrity does not mean that, okay, you abuse power. Because people like you, you're abusing power, abusing your influence on other people that don't have voice or don't have people to fight for them. That's very, very wrong, Portable. Today now you dey rake, saying collect your money. Bring the evidence that I collected your money. It is not fair. If we all continue to act like this, then it's an animal country. Then all of us are animal. Imagine say they take law into our hand. You say even you, Portable, do you think you'll be alive? You think you'll be alive? See how you put person picking, person brother, person friend, maybe person father for inside hospital. Bandage all in body because you be waiting alone. If they leave you and that guy one-on-one without your crowd, I'm not sure if you beat that guy. But because the guy they fear, the guy just cover his face. As a man, you turn a man to a coward. Because you get people, the guy no even fight for himself. I saw that thing yesterday, it broke my heart. I swear to God, you be careful. You go meet two pass you very soon. Be careful. And you get mind, you threaten somebody like me, you not fear. You not fear. Wait till you chop for that your Lagos. Wait till you chop for that your place, they do you somehow. You not fear, Abi. No wahala. God dey. Now God they fight my battles.
You know, I told you something that Nigerians don't hate. Many Nigerians don't really hate oppression. Many Nigerians don't hate corruption. The only thing some of them don't really like is that if they are not the ones doing the oppression, okay, or the ones doing the corruption or benefiting from the corruption, that's when everybody will be shouting, hey, corruption, hey, oppressor, oppression, no, oppression, no. In Nigeria, many people aspire to have money so that they can actually oppress whoever they consider below them. And then Habib decided to post a video, a video of his own Ifa, and probably just to send another threat to this guy. I'm reporting you to my Ifa.
Ojú ọwọ́ ló máa ń dínà mọ̀, wọn kì í dínà mẹ́yìn ọwọ́. Ojú ọwọ́ ló máa ń dínà mọ̀, wọn kì í dínà mẹ́yìn ọwọ́. Ojú ọwọ́ ló máa ń dínà mọ̀, wọn kì í dínà mẹ́yìn ọwọ́. Ẹ má lè bógo jà o, kọ́ má ṣe dínà mọ́ mi. Ojú ọwọ́ ló máa ń dínà mọ̀, wọn kì í dínà mẹ́yìn ọwọ́. Kọ́ má ráyè má ṣe dínà mọ́ mi. Oṣù ayé o àjà ayé, kọ́ má ṣe dínà mọ́ mi. Gbogbo àwọn tí mo kó mọ́ra o, tí wọ́n ò jẹ́ káyé mi ní tẹ̀síwájú. Olúwa jẹ́ kó bá tí wọ́n lọ o, kọ́ má lọ yọ bá tí mi lọ o. Ó jí ògo, wọ́n wà lè bógo yà o. Ojú ọwọ́ ló máa ń dínà mọ́, wọn kì í dínà mẹ́yìn ọwọ́. Ẹ má lè bógo jà o. Ọlọ́run, ajélélé, this depth of sea. Ọlọ́run, all the people I accommodate, wey no make me go front. Olúwa bá ń pa wọ́n rẹ́. All the people I dey show love, where I dey show real love, wey no show me real love. Olúwa bá ń pa wọ́n rẹ́. Olúwa delete them. Ògún bá ń pa wọ́n. Kò bá jọ ọkùnrin, kò bá jọ obìnrin ni mo show real love, wey dey show me fake love olúwa bá ń pa wọ́n rẹ́ Habib lórúkọ mi ẹni ọlọ́run fẹ́ ẹni ayé ń fẹ́ ìṣẹ̀dá tó bá nóhun ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi kó parẹ́ ògo mi kó máa búyọ ògo lèmi o wọ́n bẹ́ mi.
nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
Freaking idiot. It is Nigeria, you know. And then you have this kind of like mentally retarded individuals, right? Oh man, I mean, it's so irritating. Like, you know, I don't even know what to say. So when I saw the whole story and I was putting it together earlier, I was like, man, I can't really wait. I can't wait to actually see his arrest. The last time he was arrested, it was basically something like this too. And the idiot, so ignorant enough that he had to kind of run enough to jump fence before he was finally arrested. They took him to court, and the idiot had this, you know, never forgotten image of him. I can't say he's an illiterate because I know his brother, right? And then when he chose to be this riffraff and nuisance, this much, a lot of them possibly just kind of just had to live with him like that. Like, you know what? At least he's found his bearing enough in today's world where social media can really turn you into a celebrity, he called it. And someone said that maybe Olamide will be regretting ever giving him that, you know, that jump, right? Since then, it's been a nuisance. Everywhere you see him, it's a pure nuisance, something that is, you know, a disgrace, so to say. So you can't assault people and just kind of let that, or think that's going to just pass and all that, right? So I'm waiting for the time when he will actually be arrested. But it is Nigeria, I get it. It's Nigeria, he will likely get away with it. But yeah, let's put it out there. And then the rest of the world also kind of will know who he is as well. And we'll see how far that is going to take him. Okay? Now, talking about Nigeria, you know, it's like a bad thing for you to be poor in Nigeria. Or no, it's actually like it's a sin. It is a sin to be poor. Even though there are many poor people, they do not have voice, and anyone can really trample upon them, including those who are supposed to possibly protect them, the government. So it is a big thing to be poor in Nigeria. VeryDarkMan was catching his own cruise today when he said it is now becoming an embarrassment. The number of beggars in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, in Lagos, they are called miscreants. Homeless people are called miscreants, and they are always being arrested every now and then and possibly sent to prison. There are many of them in prison. In Lagos, for example, that because they have nobody to ask for them, they have no money to pay the court sanctioned the fines. Some of them have been in prison or end up in prison for years. So VeryDarkMan has issued an ultimatum to the Abuja beggars. If you are a beggar in Abuja and you come back, well, maybe everybody has told you now already anyway. This is what VeryDarkMan had to say. You need to leave Abuja latest by Sunday evening. When it gets to Monday, VeryDarkMan said it will raid the entire metropolis and possibly march them to Kuje. He didn't say what he was going to do to them, but he's warning.
We're not only concentrating just on roads alone. As I speak to you now, we have not less than 25 schools to be rehabilitated, because you can't believe it that in a city like Abuja, you just go to the schools, you ask yourself, Is it Abuja at all? It's quite unfair. And so we have taken it upon ourselves, that our schools will be like schools, that anybody who goes to those schools will say, yes, indeed, we're in a very good schools. And that is where it's supposed to be. In terms of security, let me say clearly now, we have declared war. Abuja is turning to beggar city. If you know you have a sister, you have a brother who is a beggar on the road, please, from next week, we will carry them. We will take them out. I mean, it is embarrassing that people who come in, the first thing they see are just beggars on the road. Sometimes too, they may not be beggars. They may be criminals pretending to be beggars. We will not allow that. So I'm giving you a public holiday from now till Sunday. From Monday, we will pack them out. Let us know that we have a city that we can call a city. It's very embarrassing. We are fighting insecurity, and people will carry plates as if they are. Maybe they may be informants. So please, have it at the back of your mind that it's not only infrastructure. We owe you to give you good security so you can sleep well with your two eyes closed.
Do you see? To be poor is a crime on its own. And it is not new. You know that. See, if you are a poor person or a jobless person in a room, if things goes missing, you are the first suspect. Criminals that looted the commonwealth of everyone turned you into paupers. Whenever they want to make themselves feel good, they will say they are the friends of the poor, or mekunu. Especially whenever election is coming. Politicians are friends of the poor. When there is no election and there is insecurity, you, poor, you are the first suspect. When the economy is bad, you, the poor people, will be blamed. You see, when these criminals are buying themselves all the luxury, imported cars, wristwatches, designer labels, drinks, alcohol, all this imported. When the economy now takes a hit, when they have destroyed the economy, they will blame you. Our people always wanted to eat rice. Instead of them to eat yam from Benue, instead of them to eat tuwo, tuwo kinshafa or so, they always loved all this imported. And you, that is managing to feed your family, you will be blamed for why the naira is losing its value. The poor people are always to be blamed. When they say, let us give these poor people social welfare or something, they say, you want to bankrupt the country. We cannot do that. They say, okay, let's give the poor people 100,000 naira every month. It's, you want to bankrupt Nigeria. The government cannot afford that money. But these guys will tell you 14 million naira is too small to, or 50 million naira is too small to maintain the lifestyle that they kind of now have. It is so bad to be poor. Even though the religious body will tell you that poverty is a virtue, because God loves the poor. God loves the poor. So it's good to be poor. And also it is not good to be poor. So you have till Sunday, okay? The reason why there is a kidnapping in Abuja is because of you, the poor people. Not because the supposed security guys, including their DSS that were supposed to know the crime before it happened, not because they are not doing their job. It is because you poor people are begging on the streets. They don't care that this number of beggars was never this massive before now. But as the economy takes its own downturn and takes the heat, and these economic saboteurs continue to destroy Nigeria, more and more of you are falling into poverty, and begging is probably the way, the way out for you. So now you have become a threat to them. I don't know what it's going to do to you. Maybe they're just going to randomly start packing people and send you to Kuje. But that may be a blessing in disguise. I don't know if that's even the right thing to say, okay? Because it's not as if to say if you go to a prison in Nigeria, they will feed you well. Here you get now. I mean, it is dangerous for those who are walking about everywhere already. So usually people will kind of commit crime to go to prison so that they can have access to free healthcare, free food, and free housing, which means they can sleep safely. If they are not well, they can go to the clinics and get treated free. And they will get fed 3 times a day. We have heard the story about the Nigerian prison. So I don't think whatever Wiriwike has a plan for you doesn't sound good. You are an embarrassment to Nigeria now. And the way to treat the embarrassment is to get rid of you from the city. Some of you will have to relocate to Nasarawa, Niger, and any other neighboring state that you can go to. So that Wiriwike and their friends, they will stop feeling embarrassed, looking at you carrying bold. Because they say, now I'll be the informant for kidnappers now. It is not because they have the evidence of any of this, but yeah. Wiriwike, without any intelligence or anything, believes that will be threats. You have become a threat and also an embarrassment to the rich politicians in Abuja. So, to those who are begging in Kano, those who are begging in Lagos, those who are begging in Port Harcourt, your own days are also coming, just so you know. Because the poorer a lot of you become, and you turn to begging for survival, the rich politicians that put you in that situation, they would have to get rid of you, either send you to jail or send you out of the city. There's no other solution. I just read it now that Tifnubu said, which one would you like? Buy a liter of petrol for 1,000 naira, or buy a CNG gas for 200 naira. It's your choice. There is no way out of this. There is no way out. A liter of petroleum in Nigeria is put at over 1,000 naira. In some places, they pay as much as 1,500 naira per liter. There is no end in sight. There is even scarcity too. Have you seen this?
It's very, very difficult to, easy for we inside Abuja here where we did to get fuel. The fuel now, NNPC is selling it 1,030 naira. Yes, people think that it's cheaper. Yes, for me, it's cheaper because I don't go to that free station. They sell 1,200, 1,150, 1,180. Yes, but inside NNPC here to get the fuel is difficult.
Now, if you don't buy up to 18,000 naira fuel, you will not be able to work in a day. And that 18,000 naira fuel is not up to 20 liter. 1 liter is more than 1,000 naira now. Please, government should come out and go around and see what people are facing.
Honestly, it's not funny. I've been on this queue for over 3 hours. This fuel was increased, and we thought increasing the fuel will help us, the masses. But now you can see, buying fuel at about 1,000 plus, we still queue for about 3 hours. So what are we enjoying in this country? It's funny.
So
Even today, I enter a filling station, I don't pass 3 hours for queue. So some people, they see them. The way I enter around 9:30, up to now, I don't buy fuel.
The availability of the product is obviously scarce, as most fuel stations were seen under lock and key. The motorists lament how this is affecting their livelihoods.
I'm a taxi driver. Now my car is now they use. Actually, don't make the car. Now delivery now they do. And they bring return. So just imagine say a day line for like 5 to 6 hours before I get fuel. Where I go take go walk, still bring money for the owner of the car. So tell me, which time I get to work the work?
For me spending 3 hours here, has it not affected my business? It has affected it. Even if I'm not doing anything as at that time, I need to be somewhere relaxing.
It's been 2 weeks since the pump price of petrol have increased to over 1,000 naira, and the queue still persists, making it difficult for motorists.
I mean, it's increased, but you are still queuing for it. 4 hours, man, 5 hours, 6 hours, only to still go and spend 16,000 naira to fill your car. And to those who are not the direct owner of their cars, they still have to pay delivery and then make some money for themselves to go and take care of their own family and die everybody day. So according to the Tifnumbu's Agbadorians, the demand for petrol has crashed in Nigeria, which simply means that a lot of people cannot afford it. And in some places, it's not even available at all. So you better go and do CNG. That is what Tifnumbu just said. Go and look for CNG. I don't know what, Gani Fawemi will feel like today if he was alive. 21 years ago, year 2003, when Gani Fawemi was running for president. So they were talking about the disjointed Nigeria. He was asked a question about this disjointed contraption. And if he would support a national conference, as well as the state of the economy, in his words, late Gani Fawemi.
Question to that, the calls for a national conference. Would you consider a national conference as panacea to the controversial issue of confederacy and the concept of nationhood?
National conference is at the very core of National Conscious Party's program. We need national conference to resolve all the fundamental problems of this country. National Conscious Party believes in the sovereign national conference because there are complaints everywhere in the federation. We have religious clashes, we have communal clashes, we have those who are the brewers of water, the hewers of water, and the brewers of water, the hewers of wood of Nigerian economy being ignored and neglected. And since Adakwaboro, for example, in 1966, decided to attack what have been happening in our society because of the poverty inflicted by those who have been providing the wealth of this country, there is need for every sector of Nigerian society to assemble in a place and for us to discuss Nigerian problems. Therefore, National Conscious Party believes in the sovereign national conference, and we have already come out with a position paper how that should be done. We called on the president to do it when he first came into office. He said he had already got the mandate to rule. And every day, Nigeria keeps on decaying. There is complaint from every section of Nigerian society, from the northwest, from the northeast, from the north central, from the southwest, from the south-south, from the southeast, everywhere in the federation. Therefore, we need to meet and discuss all our problems under the sun so that there can be peace and social justice in Nigeria, and there be equity and there stability. National Conscience believes in that because, after all, sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria. Under Section 14 of the Constitution, sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria from whom governments derive all authorities and power. And therefore, there should be a sovereign national conference. Sovereign there means that after the conference of all the people who assemble to deliberate on the sovereign national conference, then the final product of the deliberation will be the constitution of the country, and then people decide in a referendum whether they accept that constitution or not. But we have never had a referendum before. And it's not going to be a tribal sovereign national conference, because not only shall we have groups coming into the sovereign national conference, people will be elected from their own local government. We have 734 local governments in this country. Each local government will let a candidate to the national conference. In addition, there are interest groups, the lawyers, the journalists, the doctors, the engineers, the accountants, the army, the navy, the police, and all groups will be asked to come to the national conference. They present their candidates to the national conference, and then we will all discuss the problems of Nigeria. Whatever comes out of that will be the new article of faith for Nigeria, and people will vote whether yes or no. Then there will be a new beginning, there will be a new Nigeria. So at the moment, Nigeria has not properly crystallized. Palm oil, 1 liter, which used to sell for 30 naira, has risen to 150 naira. I've given you the basic food that the ordinary man takes, the fried plantain, that has risen from 10 naira to 50 naira. Again, take the maize, which is used particularly in this part of the country, it has risen 165%. The basic food like beans had risen 133%, and yam had risen from 60 naira, 50 naira in 1999 to 180 naira per kilo in 2003. And they are crying every part of Nigeria. They are crying every part of Nigeria that is there any government in this country? The answer to most people in this country today is there is no governance of our country to give us food.
Question to that.
21 years ago. Today, I don't know how old you are, but you know something. I was just 19-year-old young man, no? I was, yeah.